You're listening to Dating Detours, where love gets messy, the stories get wild, and we talk about it with no filters. I'm your host, Marcus Toller. We're diving into the chaos of modern dating, one detour at a time. Back with another episode of Dating Detours. Marcus here with Rich today. How you doing, Rich?
Staying out of trouble.
I try to stay out of trouble, man. It's hard. It's really
cheaper,
hard.
though.
It is cheaper. It is cheaper. A-sex location is always the starting.
Yeah.
AOL shit.
39. I usually ask my girlfriend if I'm 39, right? Yeah.
I'm doing that these days. I identify as 38 and I'm like in my 40s.
Right. Male,
of course.
Virginia.
Right. Well, I can't even say of course anymore because there's people identifying as cats now apparently.
Right.
Freddie's good old Fed Vegas. That's where the podcast is based. Shout out to Rings.
We got here about the same time.
Probably.
I got here in 2007.
Yeah, I was already here, man. I was already settled in, man. Already had probably drank a lot of beer at most of the bars by the time you popped up.
Okay.
Didn't you used to have like a security company or something?
I still do, yeah. But the one you're thinking of, I think, is probably
the first one.
Security.
Yeah, the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, current relationship status. What you doing these days?
As of December 2nd, I've been in a relationship for 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. Okay. What was it before? Did you been married?
I was married for about a decade.
Jesus. Yeah, how old were you when you got married?
25-ish, something around. Yeah, about 25.
Typical. Yeah, that's that typical picket fence dream, as I like to call it.
Right.
I'm in my 20s now. What should I do? It's time to get married. Did you have a kid with the marriage?
Yeah. I've got
of course
a 11-year-old.
She's awesome. Yeah, girls are great, dude. I love being a girl dad.
I've only recently kind of really started to understand the dynamic of like fathers and daughters.
Oh, it's fucking unbelievable,
mothers and
dude.
Sons.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
I don't know what it is
either.
about women and their daughters. They just don't get along most of the time.
It's so funny.
Hate each other.
It's so funny, and they come to us like, "Why is she so mean?
Fix this."
Right? And I'm like, I ain't fixing shit. I don't like her either.
I hear. I need you to be the bad cop at least once a day.
No, we can't. No, and for me, it's like I am the bad cop because I'm the stern one. Where I'm like, listen, we don't got time to worry about all this dumb shit y'all are fighting about.
Right.
Because my daughter's 23, and I'm like, you need to worry about that tuition bill that you haven't paid yet. Mm-hmm. Because she went to college. I shouldn't throw her dirt out there, but she went to school for 3 years and decided she didn't want to go to school no more. And I'm like, hey, so how's that coming? And she's like, I got it figured out. I got to pay a couple credit cards off first. And I'm like, yep. You jumped right in, didn't you? And fucked it all up right in your 20s. I mean, 20s is normally where we fuck shit up. Yeah. Or I don't know many people that didn't fuck up in their 20s and like are still married and doing all the things. I don't have a lot of friends that I associate with like that because I'm not married, and most wives don't want their husbands hanging out with single dudes like me, especially the DJ and the promoter, and sure. I'm that guy that takes I'm the
Why do you hang out with him?
Yeah, I'm the fall guy. If you go out and get drunk real bad and come home, if you were one of my good friends, I'd get a text and be like, hey, I was with you last night. And I'm like, yeah, you're definitely paying for steak and beer next time. You know what I mean? And I'll do it, but then I'm like, I don't ever get fucking invited over for dinner or nothing. And it hit me one day, like 5 years ago, with one of my buddies. I was like, I know why I don't get invited over for dinner. Your wife fucking hates me.
You're the excuse I use every time.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, I should get like a year. I should get a card with money every year for Christmas.
Royalties.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Hey, guys, it's Christmas time if any of y'all fuckers are listening. But yeah, so you did the marriage thing. Decade's a good run, man.
Yeah.
It's a good run. How'd that go? I mean, was it good? It just fizzled out and it served its, not served, I don't want to call it served its course, ran its course is what I like to say sometimes.
It was an adventure, right? I'm not...
It was always an adventure, right?
Yeah, I mean, it always starts out great. You wouldn't get married if it wasn't going great in the
beginning. I mean, yeah,
right?
that's typically how it goes.
Yeah.
Starts out great and somewhere in the middle, things start to happen.
Right. And, we had a child by the time that things started to go south. And so I did everything I could to try to make it work, but in the end,
just couldn't save it.
Yeah, I mean, we tried the open marriage thing.
Wow.
Yeah. really tried to make it work. Like I was
who didn't see? I like this open marriage and this. I explore these open dynamics and these different dynamics because I just feel like we're in a different world now. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's just so much going on. Why not explore different avenues, right? So first, I guess my question is, whose idea was it? Like, hey, you want to open it up and see if we can save it and maybe that'll help things?
Most people are surprised to hear that it's almost always the woman's idea.
Really?
Yeah. Men are usually the ones who are like, it's dangerous. That's
right, because we know it is.
We'll never suggest it, right?
Right, we know it is.
So it was her idea, and I went along with it, thinking like, okay, as the last
whatever.
We'll try to make this.
Did you play? And I've heard these stories from men, I've read about it online and shit, where the man normally will just let the woman go do it, and
so that's the baby elephant theory.
He falls back and he's like, whatever, you want to go bang some dudes, go do your thing, get it out of your system. I'll be over here working and paying bills and doing manly shit.
I definitely did. And here's the thing: like, I don't suggest people try it, but I don't resent that we did it either because it provided me with kind of a soft landing. Like I was already dating and had a relationship by the time.
Right. So you didn't have that. You didn't have that ugly like in between after the marriage where most people go through that like depression and rut.
Right.
You were already kind of back on your feet.
Landing. Like I had dated a handful of women before we divorced. I
like that actually.
I don't want to get too much out.
No,
there.
You ain't got to get too deep into it.
Involved in. I was working for an organization that threw hotel takeover parties for swingers.
Oh well, yeah, so you ain't even got to tell me nothing else.
I wasn't a swinger, but I was partying with swingers.
Yeah, you're in the mix. Yeah, that's good for dating.
Yeah, well,
it's good for dating for sure, especially in an open marriage situation.
Sure.
It's already playing into even if you're not swinging, it's already in that world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm in an open marriage.
I don't think it's a recipe for success for 99% of the people out there. Right?
Yeah. I wonder about it because, I joke about it on the podcast all the time about being poly and wanting to explore all these things. And, I even went to therapy and had discussions about it with a relationship therapist. And what I learned from that conversation, I mean, this was like a year long of me like going back and forth trying to like have my cake and eat it too, basically, because that's how we want things in our world is like I want my cake and eat it too.
Sure.
And the advice I had from her that actually she has had clients that were couples that would come in and flush it all out beforehand and then go try to execute. And she said that she's seen success like that because it's like, let's come to the table and lay all the rules out, figure out what's what.
Well, in the open marriage, we had like I came up with all these rules and we definitely laid it out and like planned for like how this was going to work.
Plans just don't always go the way it's supposed to.
Well, it's and
it sounds good on paper, right?
Yeah,
always does.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll find yourself saying things
just for the sake of the argument, really.
Well, when you're desperate, you'll do just about anything to try to make it work.
This is true.
And so I try to enter every relationship, whether it's personal or business or whatever. I want to. I try to be transparent and authentic in every part of my life.
Yes.
And I want to enter. My goal is to live a lifestyle where, no matter where I go, if I show up to a bar where you're DJing,
right,
if people there know me, they're happy to see me.
Yes, right? I agree. I like that. I like that approach too. I mean,
and everywhere I go, people feel safer because I'm there. Right.
I like that.
And so when my girlfriend and I were feeling things out and getting to know each other and everything, she said something about exes, and I said, look, you probably don't believe me, but the vast majority of my exes, if they saw us out somewhere, are more likely to buy us a drink than to cause drama. See, it's not true for every single one of them. I can't control other people.
Right. I mean, and I live that life too. Like, for the most part, even the shitty relationships when I was younger, because growing up from early 20s in the bar scene and running an entertainment company. I mean, there for the longest time, I was strictly in the club. I wasn't even doing weddings and shit. I was just burning up the clubs and getting paid and having a good old time. And it was just a big party. And I had some really bad relationships, and I still to this day can call them people and talk to them and have a healthy conversation. Now, was it like that always? No.
Yeah.
But I've always just been one of those people where, like, I'm one of those people. It's weird because like I just had to make up with a friend recently that we got into like a little pissy thing about a girl, of course, because you know what else do guys argue about, money or girls, right?
Sure.
It's always money and girls, especially when you're single, right? So we had a falling out over a girl. He's one of those friends that, and I'm sure you'll know one of these guys. We all got these guys on our friend roster that goes behind our back, and tries to snag girls, because I hang out with a lot of girls. Mm-hmm. So I've got there's strangers that will go on my Facebook page and go start inboxing females that I'm friends with, and they'll hit me all the time. I get so many random questions like, "Do you know Kevin such and such?" And I'm like, "No, who the fuck? He's on your page." I'm like, "I'm a promoter.
Yeah,
I'm a marketing guy.
There's thousands of people on my page. I don't know
5,000 people, and I probably only know 1,000.
Right?
You know what I mean? So he had went behind my back and like just tried to paint me out to be this pimp or something, and then snags the girl and pulls him into him and his girl's like crazy poly situation. And I'm like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But I got over it. Long story short, I got over it. So I feel you when you say like trying to be that person, like, you know what you get with me. Yeah. And you either like me or you don't.
You know, and I'm sure that I've let people down. I'm sure that I've disappointed people.
Of course.
Not many, but I'm sure that there are people that are out there.
Yeah.
They won't tell you that I lied to them or I misled them.
Well, and that's me. That's the one thing I stand behind is I never short nobody on their money in the business world. You might say I'm a dick to work for, but I always paid my people. Mm-hmm. Like we were talking about shit before we set up. I'm like, I had to send some money out this week that I was just like, dude, I don't even got the money yet.
Right.
But I still sent it because I don't want any bad blood like that. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want nobody to do me that way. Right. I try to live that like old school mentality of I want people to treat me like I want to be treated.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Biblical.
Exactly. Yeah. I try to keep it like that. I'm a hard ass, but in my mind, I expect people that care about me to be a hard ass on me.
Yeah.
If you see me fucking up and you're my people, you're supposed to call me out on it.
Right.
Supposed to be like, hey, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, well, how else do you manage expectations?
Exactly. So just, coming into a relationship with open honesty and transparency and like, I catch myself being really too upfront and honest too quick. But at the same time, I'm like, let's just sort through the bullshit now.
I don't think there's a such thing as too honest or too upfront or transparent. I think people will filter themselves out and you should let them.
Yes.
Right? If you're being honest, and that doesn't work for somebody.
Why wait around to find out?
Yeah, we got to the meat of it faster than we otherwise would have.
And that's how I feel. I mean, you can relate. We're both business owners. Congratulations on your new business. It ain't been around that long, has it?
Talking about Honor Bound Fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been in business for about a year and a half.
Yeah. And let's talk about that. So that's one thing. Like I've been. Really, for me, it's always, and you're like me. Ever since I've known of you, even you've had a business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I haven't been unemployed since I was 17.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time I haven't had a real job since like 2005, and even before then, I just barely did real jobs.
Right.
I got fired from a job one time for like writing the blueprint for the beer pong company back in the day. They come to me in the call center, and the dude's like. So I was checking, it was like a call center, and like Tech said, you've been looking up all these things, and yeah, it looks like you're building a whole little business over here on company time. And I was like, yeah, on that note, I actually am done building it, and I got to go.
All right. I had a similar kind of experience, but not really. No, I started my first business when I had 2 years left in the Marine Corps. But I'd been diagnosed with brain damage. They weren't going to let me re-enlist, and so it was great to be able to start that business while I was still in, run it out of my barracks room.
Yeah.
And, when most veterans are getting out of the military, they're going to job fairs looking for their next thing.
You were already shifting out
I went to a job fair to hire other veterans, right? Like
you went looking to hire people instead of looking to get hired.
Exactly.
Nah, and I love that. I've always noticed that about you. Like, you're a go-getter, you're a hustler. What I was getting at is like, how has that played into? Let's talk about your marriage first, because like when back in the day, you had a pretty successful security company. Mm-hmm. Like you, at one point, I remember I had all the bars. I was DJing at all the bars, and you were security at all the bars.
Yes. And I still do have a successful security company, successful, whatever that means. But,
yeah, right. Can't really define that
pays
anymore.
The bills,
right. Well, it's like me. I still got the event company. It pays the bills, and now I'm tinkering because I'm getting bored with it.
But so Accolade started just doing nightlife security.
I remember.
And I think it took 2 bars closing down and not paying me to the tune.
Right. It's like, all right, we got to get into some other shit.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Bars are great for not paying their bills, man.
Oh, yeah. Especially the bills. Your bills were a little bit bigger than mine. You know, mine was like that nightly thing. I only had to worry about a night at a time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It was kind of a night at a time. Or it was like a weekend at a time.
Right.
But we're talking about like 20 or 30 people at a time, right?
Right.
So it's
a little different. It was just me.
It hit different. Yeah.
Even at the height of my beer pong business, you know, I'd have 5-6 events a night going on. So it was like worst scenario. I was hoping to only have one shitty bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
F.W. Sullivan's on William Street. Remember them?
Yep.
When they finally locked their doors, they owed me about $29,000.
Crazy.
And I'll never see that money.
No, you're not going to get it. Nope. You're not going to get it. You can do whatever the hell you want. Because, you know, for me, I learned from all those experiences. I had some bars over the years that did me dirty. And, like, I'd go to the lawyers and they'd be like, dude, they don't owe you enough to make it even worth fighting for. And I'm like, really? 30 grand's not enough? And they're like, yeah, it's really not.
Well, in this situation, the owners were attorneys.
Oh, yeah, even worse. What are you going to do then?
They kept bouncing it back and forth between like Chapter 7 and Chapter 11 to draw it out. I didn't know they were already in bankruptcy protection when we entered into a contract.
Oh, yeah, they were just milking it.
Very end of the line to get paid.
Oh, yeah, they were milking it. It's funny, I still get letters from Bar Louie when they did that. Luckily, I'd always got paid. And they keep sending me letters like I'm in the bankrupt settlement. And I'm like, as much as I want to respond and be like, send me my check, I know there's no check there.
Right.
So, yeah, talk about that. Nightlife is hard for relationships.
Oh, yeah. You know, that really wasn't the problem, though.
Because you were married during this time.
Yeah. And I've always been, I have too much respect for myself to lie, cheat, and steal.
Right.
I won't cheat on somebody, not because I respect them so much, but because I respect myself too much.
Yeah, I honor myself.
So I never had an issue with any of that. I've always been very, authentic and honest with everybody about my relationship status. Or whatever.
I mean, I guess for me, it's more of the wife. Because I imagine when y'all got together, you were already in nightlife mode.
No, I started it. Well, yeah, I was a bouncer when we met. I hadn't started a business yet, but
you were
we actually
already
met. I was working the door at Main
bars.
Street up on Garrison.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Good old Main Street.
Yep. And so that kind of set expectations on that side of things. The part that we struggled with was being a business owner, right? And the ups and downs of when you have money and don't have money. Right?
Yeah, that's a hard part, too, when you're doing, especially in a traditional relationship marriage. Mm-hmm. I did that, the love of my life, when I first started Upside Down Entertainment and had all the bars on lock and the up and down and the build out and getting that money flow going to where it was like, all right, I can pay the bills now.
Yeah.
Then actually put them on auto pay and be good.
Right.
The problem was she came from a different background of, wasn't necessarily the she stay home and I'll pay the bills type thing, because I'm a country boy and I'm here for that. Mm-hmm. So I always strive for that. Nowadays it's a little harder. But it was more of the quality of life she came from was different than the quality of life I came from.
Okay.
So
your definition of success was a little lower than hers was.
Well, it's just simple things like steak dinners every Friday wasn't my thing. I didn't give a fuck enough about it. Whereas she's like, oh no, we need to have fancy dinners all the damn time. And I'm like, we need to. Yeah, I'm here for it. But where are we getting it?
Right.
So me, it was more of the money side of things too, sure. I guess. So yeah, how'd that like affect your marriage? Do you think it was a big part of like the downfall, or
it was definitely a big part of the downfall, right? Because if tell me if you heard this story, either you're making enough money or you're working too many hours.
Right.
Right. So,
it never balances out though.
And it can't.
Never.
Right. And so in order to make ends meet, we had our child, she needed to be a stay-at-home mom. And so I needed to work 80 to 120 hours a week. Yeah. And so I was always on the road. I was always working, and that meant she felt like a single mom, right? So,
yeah, that's always the story we hear, right?
Yep.
Dad worked too much, was never home. Because of that, I didn't feel loved. I felt like I was doing it all by myself, which is a double-ended sword, because here we are. It's almost like no one, and I've talked about this recently on episodes of like, I don't want to make it a man versus a woman thing, but it is, unfortunately.
I don't like labels at all.
I don't either.
I don't like stereotypes, because especially with labels, if I say woke college liberal.
Right.
You think of the most extreme caricature of that person when
Right.
a lot of
some people do. I don't.
A lot of the average
Right.
identify as that thing, right?
Right.
And so it's dangerous to use labels in that way.
It is,
but it's also part of like
it's part of
survival
life.
instinct, right?
It is.
You recognize patterns to protect yourself.
It is. Well, I just feel like, men are expected to be providers. It's always been a thing since the beginning of time, and I think we can safely say that because it's
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But what I do see wrong with the equation is exactly what you said. It's like make more, work more, work less, make less. When you make less, there's a problem. When you make more and you work more, there's a problem. So it's like, where do we find the happy medium, right? So fast forward, you're in a new relationship 2 years in. Now you got 2 businesses.
2 businesses and a nonprofit. Yeah.
There you go, right? So you went from 1 business to 3.
Yep.
Your kid's a little bit older, so that helps on that front. But how are you navigating that now? Coming from the marriage and what you went through with it, do you think it's a situational thing or a person thing? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
Do you think the new person thing, the new relationship understands better and it fits better versus the old one? Or give me a little bit of
I think the new relationship definitely, I manage expectations from the beginning, but also, she definitely understands.
She gets it
more. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in the beginning, like no one, we didn't know. No one knew what it was going to look like, right? Sure. In the beginning when you're starting businesses, and you're definitely the type of guy I am where I'm all in, man. I live it. I eat it. I drink it. I sleep it. Like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and work. Last night I fell asleep after dinner with my kid, and I'm either going out to drink and hang out with the people because that's just the nightlife. It's always been a thing. Or I'm staying home and working and having beer at my desk. And I took a nap and I woke up at like 10:30 and I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to put a podcast episode out yesterday. And that's why, I posted my post today. I was like, I need content. Somebody's got to come do an episode because I'm out. You know what I mean? So, for me, I have to have someone that's either going to be there with me in the trench or at least give me the space to do my thing.
I will also say that I've definitely learned from my mistakes and I've evolved over time, right? So
think you've got better. Do you think you've got better at the balance?
Definitely. And I live by my calendar. So in our office at the gym, I have 8 months worth of calendars on the wall.
So you're planning them out.
I'm planning as far ahead as possible.
Yeah.
On that calendar, I have like the weeks that I have my daughter are all
already
arranged,
mapped out.
right? And so I schedule my meetings around that as much as I can, right? And so I'm very aware of the amount of time I have and who that time belongs to and how to make the most out of that time.
I think as we get older, that's really the thing that we have to get better at. You know what I mean? Because when we were younger, we didn't give a fuck about time, right? We thought time was not priceless. We're like, it was infinite. I can go 24 hours a day. Coming from the military, we same shit. Nobody sleep. We don't need to sleep. I've always had my motto has always been, I'm gonna sleep when I'm dead. I don't need to sleep that much. And then as I've got older,
every year seems to get shorter.
Yes, that makes it even worse. Because I'm like, dude, how is it about to be the new year already? I had so much shit I wanted to do this past year, and I did some of it, and there's a lot that I didn't do. Right.
Yep.
So I do think it's learning how to balance time and learning how to distribute our energy to the right people and the right things, because everybody has got to get a piece of it, right? Your kids got to get a piece of it. Your girlfriend's got to get a piece of it. Your family's got to it's just spreading it all out equally as possible.
Right.
Me, luckily, I ain't got no family left. My daughter's 23. I still do struggle, even though she's 23. She lives with me, and I'm like, I do want to have that bond with her. And if it's as little as mapping out, I'm going to do dinner 2-3 times a week with her. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because all that goes a long way, dude. We only got this one life.
Yeah.
And even if we get that afterlife that we all seek for, we don't know.
Forget who it was I was listening to podcaster, but they really illustrated that, if you think about, I see my mother and my aunt and uncle twice a year.
Right.
And they've got maybe 10 years left.
Yeah. It's crazy. So you're going to see them 10 times?
20 times.
20
total.
times.
Like, that's it.
And if they're out of town, and like my people all live in West Virginia, so my main family are already dead, like my parents, those type of people. I ain't seen uncles and aunts and those people in 20 years.
Right.
So I'll do good to see them one more time before they die at this rate.
I think there was kind of not to get too like in the weeds, politics and shit like that, but I think we really made a mistake as a society when we started putting our grandparents into retirement homes.
Yeah, I don't like it. I hate it. I mean, I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Coming from West Virginia, like we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Somebody was there and just wrote it out.
Well, and you think about it, right? So after
World
War II, we decided that we needed 2 cars in the garage. We needed a big TV and all that stuff. So that meant mom had to go to work.
Yep. That's where it all started going downhill.
Yeah. And so mom had to go to work,
yep.
And grandparents were gonna watch the kids.
Yep.
And then we started putting them into retirement homes. So who raises our children now?
Right.
It's public schools and television,
daycare, public school.
Right. So we're not raising our kids. We're letting other people do it.
Yeah.
And that's where most of the communists went, was in the public schools and entertainment.
Yeah, it's horrible, dude. I mean, I know moms that will put their kids in daycare and they're not even working.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I've met.
For what?
Exactly. Like,
one of the very few things that me and my girlfriend argue about is like, I take my daughter to school in the morning.
I love it.
And pick her up from school.
Yeah.
And she's like, why don't you let her ride the bus? She needs to learn how to ride the bus. I'm like, why would I give up the hour I have with her?
Exactly. For me, it's spending time.
Exactly.
For me, when my daughter came to live with me in 8th grade, I was at the peak of rock star DJ world. It was the craziest thing. I was never ready for it. I'm still not ready for it. And she's like, I don't want to ride the bus. And I was like, in my situation with those late nights and shit, I was like, I tell you what, I will get up and take you to school, hangover or not. But afterwards, you ride the bus home. So we compromised. And it was that time. Like that, dude, that hour is a big deal for a parent and a kid.
Especially if you're actually focusing on each other and not just like watching YouTube and shit.
By themselves, and you get to sit in traffic and have those conversations and catch up and all the things, right? And, I say it all the time. It's communication is like the biggest thing that we're suffering right now. It's like everyone is just sucking at communicating. Mm-hmm.
Even when we're talking, we're not having real conversations.
Exactly. We're distracted. Yeah. You know what I mean? Playing on our phone. We're checking emails. We're doing all the things. And it's like half of the time we're not even hearing each other.
No.
You hear what you want to hear.
Right. Or you're formulating your response to what they're saying.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm bad about that. I try to teach myself and doing these things that are helping me because I'm like, okay, I got to talk, wait for a response. Talk, wait for a response. It's like, it's like, I always compare it to playing tennis, right? We got to hit the ball back and forth. Mm-hmm. If someone holds the ball, the game's done.
Yeah.
It's like, who wants to play like that?
Right.
It's like playing basketball at the gym. I'm the old guy now. If they pass me the ball and I miss the shot, I'm done. I'm just running laps. It's fucking kids.
Right.
They're like, don't pass the ball to the old guy no more. He sucks. I'm like, bro, you gave me one shot. And it was like the best dude on the court guarding me. But yeah, so fast forward, you got the multiple businesses and the nonprofit, new relationship. You set the expectations better. You're balancing it out better. Learn from the mistakes. I mean, it sounds like you're on the right path.
Trying. Yeah. I hope so, right?
Right?
If I thought I was on the wrong path, I tried to do something a little different.
There you go, right? Well, and that's another thing I feel like in dating, especially now, with all the technology and all the thirst traps in the world, it's so easy to just be like, you know what, I don't even want to fuck with you no more. I got 10 other options.
I mean, I dated a lot of women in a short amount of time.
Yep, to
find this one, right? And I've listened to some of your episodes, and I went through a lot of the same things, right? Of like, why am I dating? Why am I even seeing this person?
Right. What is this person?
This is like convenient. Like what
it is. It's convenient. What can they do for me? What can I do for them? And,
right. And I think a lot of what, especially young men, especially, but young people generally are suffering from is they want to be liked, they want to be loved, they want to be accepted, and whether they're looking for, whether they even realize it or not, they're looking for somebody that they think they're supposed to get, right? It's the pretty girl. It's the
everybody wants a trophy, right?
They don't take enough time to think about, like, well, first of all, who am I, right, and what do I need, and then go find the person that I need
that matches the needs, right?
Instead of just trying to win the pretty one, or
I mean, it's as a man especially, I feel like we're the worst at it, probably. I don't know. I guess again, it's probably both. Everybody wants a trophy. Everybody wants the best, the hottest looking thing. Sure, as we get older, I feel like I've compromised more on that stuff as I've got older. Because now I'm like, I ain't got a type, dude. There was a time I wouldn't date a chick that was covered in tattoos, and recently it's been a thing. I've been like, ooh, tattoos. You know what I mean? Whereas 3 years ago, I'm like, ugh, what's that girl got all them tattoos for? You know what I mean? So I try to be attracted to the right things.
Sure.
But going back to my therapy days, the relationship therapist was like, you got to set boundaries and deal breakers, and you got to stay in those guidelines. Because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Absolutely.
If you're dating people that don't meet the boundaries that you've set internally, that makes you happy,
right,
you're fucking wasting your time.
Yeah.
And the other person's time too.
Right.
And it's just going to be a cycle of just burning and turning. It's like that employee. It's like the servers at the restaurants. They burn and turn. They just run through them. The turnover rate's horrible.
Right.
So right now, I'm my turnover rate's fucking horrible right now, and I'm just like, damn it, because it's really, for me, I know what I'm doing. I'm jumping in too quick to things that feel good temporarily. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that feels really good for the weekend. No, let me go ahead and see if I can hold on to it for. It's like jumping on a fucking one of those mechanical bulls and like, yeah, let's go. And then I ride it till the wheels fall off.
I can't do an autopsy on your relationships, but
I mean, I'm telling you, what's the problem?
I hear you, but
based on what I'm saying,
I guess what I'm trying to say is, maybe I got lucky, right? Because yes, my girlfriend is she's hot, she's very attractive, but she's also the things that I need in a person, right?
Yeah, you did get lucky then, if that's the case,
right? But again, I dated people to figure it out. I figured, this does work, this doesn't work, this is right. In terms of like jumping in too fast, we talked online. We met on Tinder, right? Which is not something I would recommend for most people. If you want to meet somebody, go do some stuff you really love doing.
I think you got to find people. Yeah, I think nowadays it's better to find people in the environment you like to be in. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this online shit's it's crazy. It's just a big shit show.
So we met on Hinge. We talked for like 2 weeks, a lot. Really got to know each other, in
depth.
Yeah, and asking tough questions, asking like
the interview phase.
And then we dated for like 2 weeks, and then she moved in. Right, so we did move relatively fast. I don't know how fast that is compared to how fast you do with things.
That sounds about what I would do.
But
if it was moving the way it's supposed
to be really managed expectations and got to know each other first before making those steps.
I mean, that's important. You know what I mean? And I really don't think people will be like, don't rush into things, right? I don't think it's about rushing into it. I think it goes back to like, did we check all the boxes? Did we go through the interview process?
Right.
Did, my last guest, Josie, who said, she was like, dating is auditioning for the role you want.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the term audition or interview. Maybe interview's better because hopefully you're not lying at an interview. Yeah,
right? An audition. Yeah,
audition is no shit. I'm faking it.
You could be faking, right?
And that's where I think a lot of people get in trouble is because they put on an act for as long as they can.
Yeah, I tell people
they get tired and that facade goes away.
You're
right?
Like, fuck, what happened?
Yeah.
I used to have a joke. I'd be like, you probably remember Brian Siegel from back in the day, the comedy show and shit. He did this routine where he was like, yeah, you're dating, and then all of a sudden it's like the freaking Terminator, or not the Terminator, but the Alien movie where it's like the mask comes off and you're like, oh shit, who are you? And I'll never forget it. Stuck in my head ever since I seen him do that routine, and I'm like, that's dating in a nutshell.
Yeah, unfortunately,
because once that honeymoon phase over, like you figure out real quick the shit you don't like about people. it gets real, little sticky because you're like, I didn't realize you did that weird shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you move in with somebody now, it's a whole nother world. Now I'm like, man, do you always leave fucking that foundation shit on the sink when you do your makeup?
Right.
Is this something we got to do forever and I just got to get over it?
I'm always the messy one.
See, I'm not. I'm the dude that like cleans the hair real good after I shave.
I try to.
It's probably
I'm definitely trying to do better.
Yeah.
At cleaning up after myself and not being the messy one all the
Right,
time.
right.
I have always been the messy one, and everyone who knows me knows that. Right. When Keith and I started the gym together, people were like, I looked at him and was like, "You sure? Like you're gonna clean up."
Right,
after
are you
me."
cleaning
He's
up
like,
after me?
I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Again, you set the expectation, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the driving factor that we need to work harder at is setting expectations. But here's the flip side. I'll challenge you here. I had a whole little, thought I found my Beyonce with a yoga person, and their yoga beliefs say don't have expectations and you won't get let down, right?
Sure.
So then there's that thin line of
I think there's a difference between having expectations and having boundaries.
That part.
And I think managing expectations
Right.
is probably a better way to go about it, right?
I think so too. I don't know, man. It's just so hard. I think it goes back to the lifestyle we lead as far as being entrepreneurs and dads, and just life in general is so fast now. It's not slow like it used to be. It's not slow paced. When we were growing up, things were moving slow, man. Like, it wasn't as stressful out here.
Right.
Bills weren't the same. The money wasn't the same. Like, we didn't have all this crap around us online, and it was just a whole lot smoother ride, I felt like. You know what I mean? And nowadays it's just so much noise.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we got to move fast.
Yeah.
Especially as business owners.
Yeah, and I had some baggage going into this one, and even before that, because I found myself, doing the online dating thing. I found
that's like a loop sometimes. It's just like a repeating.
I found myself like 2 or 3 times. I found one that I really, really liked and really, really wanted to pursue it, and 2 or 3 times in a row, I got that like, well, this has been great, but I've met somebody that I we're going to try to take the next step.
That's
Et
discouraging.
cetera. It's like, that just makes you want to move faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously,
like, I'm trying to beat him.
I'm not winning this race.
Right. I'm trying to beat the other dude.
Exactly.
Where you got exes.
That's a recipe for disaster.
You got exes you're competing with. I've ran into those too. Unfortunately, or not unfortunately, because they never say unfortunately. They're like, well, it was a nice getting to know you, but I think me and my husband are getting back together. I'm like, well, have fun with that. Peace out. I guess I dodged the bullet. Y'all were probably banging the whole time anyway.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to put you up in a home for 3 months while you figured it out. Right?
Well, and that's the thing, dude. I don't know how many times I've either ran women back to their exes or I've built them up to go and break up with them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, those married women are like, we still live together, but we're not together. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe it, but whatever. I know you're going home. You're not staying here because you got to go back to your house. So that's a plus.
And it's when I was in an open marriage, again, always transparent and authentic. I told, I never lied to anybody or misled anybody about what situation I was in or what I expected. And a lot of women passed. They're like, no, I'm not interested in a dude who's married. And I get it completely.
Yeah.
And I can understand how somebody who had less self-respect or less respect for others might decide, well, that's obviously not working, so I need to lie about it. But I'm not going to go down that road.
Well, there's just no point. Like, right now, I'm going through this, I don't want to call it a phase because it's not. I'm going through this rough patch of, I truthfully deep down think that I don't have just one person. I think I am in a place in my life where I want to explore having multiple partners. And that's not an easy task because there's not a lot of people that want to do that, especially women.
Right.
And and they're like, well, is that a deal breaker? And I'm like, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it's not necessarily not. I haven't made that commitment to myself to go, you know what, that's what I want and that's what I'm going for. And if I can't find it, then I'm not going to waste people's time. Right. because I haven't fully committed to it. But I feel like I'm throwing it out there to see if people will bite on it, to go, all right, you're the one that I can pursue then, because you're open to the idea of it as well.
I would challenge you that you feel like you're trying to open yourself up to more opportunity, but in fact you're opening yourself up to a much smaller opportunity, because there's not a lot of
women that want to play that game.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a very small field.
Yeah.
It's almost one of those things where it's like, is it worth cutting the field down like it is, versus not necessarily sacrificing, but not, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking about it too aggressively, where they are getting scared. They're like, whoa, it feels like you're really into this. And I'm like, I'm not really into it to the point where I wouldn't give up the thought of it if I found the right person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I used to work with and party with a lot of swingers. I was never a swinger, but I was in an open marriage and open relationships. And I knew that probably wasn't a recipe for success in the long run. But at the time, it served my need, right?
Right.
And when you find the right person, right? My girlfriend now, she's like, oh, hell no. I'm way too territorial. Right. Too,
that's the combo I
it's
get.
It's me or it's not me.
Right. It's me or somebody else. Right.
And if that's the right person, that's the right person. Right. So.
Yeah. And that's where I'm kind of like, I wonder if it's even worth the conversation anymore, because by the time I say it and then try to take it back like it was a joke, people are like, nah, you weren't joking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I definitely wouldn't be dishonest about it.
Right. I just don't know that it's the convo that I need to be throwing out there in the early stages. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
You think it's worth throwing it out there?
Like I said,
my therapist says that, because she's
as transparent as possible,
yeah,
and it's in a manner of speaking, it is a numbers game, right?
It is. Well, my therapist definitely said it. She was like, "Listen, if that's what you think you want to do, until you think you don't want to do it, you probably should keep saying it.
Yeah,
because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah,
because then later when it does come out and you're still thinking about it, and you bring it up, you risk the potential of the other person going, man, if I'd have knew this from day one, I would have never even.
Thanks for wasting my time.
Right. Thanks for wasting my time. Famous last words, right?
Yep.
So it's tough, man. It's really tough, because I feel like, I don't know, it's like we look into the world and we see all these people that think like that, but where are they at? I can't find them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got this LGBT community, and we got all these crazy things out here. And then when I'm like, well, I can't even find a girl that likes other girls amongst the sister wives. I don't think the
media helps that at all, right?
They don't. They almost make it like it's now it's cool. You know what I mean?
Right. Because it's interesting. That's what we're going to put on the air, because that's what you're going to watch.
We're going to give you the interesting
But in reality,
part.
Like, LGBT makes up 3% of our population.
Right. But they make it sound like there's so much.
There's not an attractive, super successful gay man on every team.
There's really not.
The way that it's pitched on TV. Right?
Well, it's funny. I'll tell you, there's this FetLife site, right? It's like a kink site.
I'm aware.
And you go on there, and it's funny. I posted over there because it's like social media. I put it on the wall last night. I was like, can someone tell me why the 80% of the people on this site are fat and ugly? Of course, I didn't get no response, because nobody really responds to shit over there unless it's a picture of a hot chick and she's naked.
Right.
You're just a bonus. And I said, number 2, tell me why when there's no girl involved, none of the couples want to hang out with you. And no one had answers.
That's a numbers game, right? So like I said, I used to work with swingers, and all of the parties, like, you either show up as a couple or a single female. Right. Single men are not invited, because what would happen if single men were invited? 80% of the people there would be dudes with their dick in their hands.
Pretty much. I mean, I get that part. You definitely want the balance.
Yeah.
The single men either got to pay a lot, which discourages them not to come, and they're not going to get a lot that want to pay the extra 100 to get in, or they're going to screen them and make sure they're Barbies, they're kins, that certain dynamic that they know the wives are looking for. You know,
this organization did both.
That's funny. They charged extra and screened.
Oh yeah.
Assholes.
Sorry you weren't invited, Marcus.
Right. Damn it, wasn't invited, but I would have been mad that I had to pay extra. But it's crazy, because there's this whole secret. There's always been a community of rich single, or not rich single, but rich swingers in this community. I've always heard about it, and I've done events where I've seen it, but single men are never invited to the party. It's like it's a threat.
There are
almost.
Rare occasions, but yeah, you better
gotta be that
you better
guy.
have something to offer.
Right, you better be packing. You better have a six
You better
pack.
have something to offer.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We'll just leave it at that. You better have something to offer. It's going to have to be something good.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy, dude. I don't know, man. Well, it sounds like you're in a good spot, man. I'm happy for you because, you know, nowadays we don't hear a lot of success stories. Feel like I'm meeting women in their 30s that got 5 kids and already on their second marriage, third marriage. And for me, that's another big thing of like being, how old am I again? 46. My daughter's grown. I don't want to play stepdad no more. You got to be super hot and be super awesome for me to want to play stepdad again.
Right.
And I am thinking of one right now as I say that. Mm-hmm. The fucking baby is the cutest thing ever. And I don't even like babies. And I'm like, damn it. Is this kid already hustling? Because it just comes to me and it's like, oh my God.
See, now there's layers, right? So,
there is layers.
So we're talking about being honest and being being completely authentic and all that. And because you start introducing children into the equation,
that's horrible.
And now you're breaking more than one heart.
Oh no. Well, I told this female, you know, I'm playing a bunch of different roles in her life right now. Started out as friends. She's helping me with some business stuff, blah, blah, blah. Veteran, you know, disabled veteran, whatever that means. She ain't in a wheelchair or nothing. She's fucking hot. I'm like, how are you disabled? Your brain, maybe, because you're a fucking idiot. Because you're not disabled anywhere else.
Oh, you're killing me.
Well, I'll tell you why in a second. Long story short, she's talking about her shitty baby daddy, and I said, wait a minute, I know this dude. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I know him very well. I actually hung out with him over the summer when y'all were broke up. Mm. And I was like, 2 different stories, of course.
Of course.
But you know, the acquaintance that I speak of has always been my fuck boyfriend. Mm. So when she said it, I was like, oh yeah, it sounds like him. Definitely sounds like him.
All right.
So it sounds about right. So it's been like this whirlwind. But it's like today I finally broke down. I was like, you know what? I want to take you to dinner. And she was like, I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, I know you weren't because you've been throwing mixed signals out for like 3 months. I was like, but I'm going to be the one to reel everything in. Mm-hmm. I'm the man. I was like, and I'm not in a hurry because I'm already in a hurry with everything else in my life.
Sure. I
was like, so maybe I know you're really fucked up over this situation. You got a newborn baby with no dad. Like it's almost one of those things where I can't call it a Captain Save-A-Ho situation because it ain't. Mm-hmm. She's got her own money, got a house, got the things. Emotionally, she's broken right now, but also, I don't know. That's as far as I've been able to process.
Sure.
But I'm like, you're fucking broken, and I don't want to do this, but I do. And it's so fucked up in my mind.
Well, and it's a matter of weighing out the pros and cons in terms
It is.
Of, you know, is she worth being patient for? Is she worth?
I think so.
Is she worth dealing with the exes for?
Right. Well, I've already flushed the ex part out. I was like, I'll punch him in his face because I'm pretty pissed off about how he lied to me, and then I had to hear the truth. Right. And now it's all in my fucking bubble.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one thing when it's at a distance, but when it's in my world, now I got to fucking deal with it.
Right.
So I already know in my mind as a man, we're going to have a manly situation with this.
Sure.
It's just going to happen. Yeah. Right now, he's too busy figuring out his bullshit.
Well, if you want to continue being friends with him, sure.
Well, yeah. And it's not even necessary that I want to continue being friends with him because I don't necessarily consider him as a good friend to begin with. Mm-hmm. It was more of a fuckboy acquaintance to party with when he was in between women.
Sure.
And now I'm learning that was his MO. You know, he's got 4 or 5 kids that he don't take care of. It's just a whole fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where because I have known him so long, I do owe him the conversation. but the conversation I have with him is not going to be the one he thinks.
Well, I would challenge you. Do you own that conversation? So
I don't know that I do.
In the gym, we have 14 core values. One of them is good friends have hard conversations.
Right.
If he's not a good friend, is he worth having the conversation with to begin with?
True. He knows I'm here, so it ain't like we're hiding. You know what I mean? He doesn't know. None of us know where it's going, but he knows I'm in the situation. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Do I owe him anything?
Well, I don't.
Because a real man, if it was me, I would have already been calling you and talking about it.
Sure.
On whatever level.
I don't envy your situation in that you work in the nightlife industry, right? Because another one of our core values is surround yourself with good people who want the best for you, et cetera, et cetera. And you're surrounded with a lot of people who you have to associate with, right. And they're not great people.
Yeah, a lot of those people, like I for the most part, minus the females, I've always kept those people at arm's reach anyway, right? Mm-hmm. The women catch me slipping.
Sure.
Because it's the nightlife and I'm a dude and, got my beer goggles on.
Hazards of the industry.
It is hazards of the job. You know what I mean? I almost feel like Aflac should give us some kind of coverage for the shit. Because they're the one that has all the fancy coverage. Right, I'm like, can we get nightlife coverage? I don't know what it means. Like reimbursed for bar tabs and shit.
But you're making me think of the Mayhem commercial, right?
Yeah. It's funny. There's a real big franchise DJ company that like does training and shit, and they put these crazy commercials out, and they're like, and it's so funny. It's almost like I'm the target DJ that they're making fun of because they're like, "Do you want the drunk DJ that will ruin your wedding?" And I'm like, this guy don't drink the right shit. He doesn't know what he's doing because I can be the drunk DJ and be fine. I'm not gonna get drunk.
Right.
But yeah, it makes me think of the Mayhem shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but I don't know, man. It does go back. I do believe in that statement that you just said, though, of like when you start surrounding yourself with better people, better things start happening.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the nightlife industry has been very treacherous.
Yep.
It's been very treacherous over the years. And now that I'm not really in the nightlife like I used to be. I got, like right now, money's tight with the nonprofit situation, and I needed extra funds.
Every business is a nonprofit if you work hard enough.
Exactly. If you work hard enough, it's all nonprofit, right?
Yeah.
But the situation I'm in now, I've been able to pull back out of the bar business because I got enough repeat business in the corporate world and, the marine balls and the weddings. Like, it's decent, right? And we're expanding into Richmond and stuff. And I'm like, I'm almost to that point. It's funny, over the last 3 years, I just made a stance for myself. I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking doing this nightlife shit anymore. It's toxic. It's not good for us. And it's always some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like long-term life and
I'm shaving years
and
off
stuff
my
like
life.
That, you might as well be wrestling alligators in Florida or some shit. It's not good for you.
Right, exactly. It's just not worth it. All the bullshit that comes with it, the alcoholism that we pick up, and toxic people that end up in our world fucking shit up. Like, it's definitely been the worst thing ever, but at the same time, the best thing ever. Like, how's that even work?
Yeah, you're enjoying the process, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, because for me, like, getting into nightlife was always like, I joke about it all the time, but it's really not a joke. I woke up one day and said I wanted to get paid to party. I was the party boy. I wanted to get paid for it, and I knew I could, so I did. Mm-hmm. And it's just been a thing forever.
Sure.
And it still carries on. Like, of course, when I'm doing a $3,000 wedding, I'm not fucking chugging shots all night and shit. I'm going to have a couple of drinks, and I'm going to be professional because I'm not trying to ruin somebody's big day.
Not to play therapist here, but do you feel like Peter Pan in a way?
Kind of. It's hard to grow up. It really is. And people joke all the time. They're like, "Are you ever going to grow up?" And I'm like, "Why would I want to?" And they're like, "Get a real job." And I'm like, "Do you make six figures at your real job?" Because most people don't. I'm like, I play and make six figures.
Yeah.
And it's autopilot. It's like when you got the security business up and running. It's on autopilot. We don't got to do shit for that no more. It's there. It's just there.
There's still work to be done.
There's still work to be done. But you know what I mean? It's not hard like it used to be.
Right.
Now I can choose not to go DJ at Spirits for $200.
Right.
You know, I was literally just having that convo. They're like, why they don't call you no more? And I was like, I don't want them to, really.
Yeah.
If they call me in a bind because I appreciate where I come from and the industry is so much, if the streets call, I'll answer.
I'm exactly the same position where, in terms of like bodyguarding, I haven't worked for a client. It's been like the inauguration, like January or something like that.
Right.
And I only go to work for clients when they request me by name, and even then, sometimes it's like, well, I'm dealing with this issue. I've got a great guy who can do the work for you. You know
right.
what I mean?
Exactly. I try to sub out stuff as much as I can, and even then, man, you know how the nightlife industry is. It's so competitive. Every time I try to help people out, they take off with the gig, and it just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not looking out for shit anymore. Mm-hmm. And finally, like recently, within the last month, I reached out to my partner in Richmond. I'm training him anyway. It's, you know, he's my best friend from high school, so he knows me, I know him. Like, we know each other enough to where I don't got to worry about getting screwed over. I was like, listen, dude, you might be just driving to Massaponax and taking over this Kickback Jacks gig because I don't want it. I don't want to do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was like, so you're on notice. Bring your ass down and figure it out, and I'm passing it to you because I don't want to be there.
Right.
And it's nothing against anybody there. It's just not for me anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And I haven't in quite some time. And it got to the point with the bar industry where it was like, it was a job. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want to go to work today.
Yep.
And everybody's like, but you get to drink and you get to have fun. And none of that shit matters anymore. It's even worse.
Right.
Now it's a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For me, I love doing the bodyguard work, but when I'm doing the work, it's very difficult for me to run the business. Exactly. Because I need to be there directly with the
you're giving too much attention to the job itself.
Right. And I love going on the adventures, but it's such a time suck where
sucks it.
You know, it's like 2 weeks at a time, and that's time I'm not giving to my girlfriend, it's time I'm not giving to my daughter or Honor Bound Fit or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing with a nightlife, man. When I go on these nightlife runs, like, I'm committed. It's a nightly gig. It's a weekly gig. Now, every Friday until I decide I got to get rid of it, or until they decide they want to get rid of me, I'm committed. Mm-hmm. And you know how it is in that world is I can't send nobody else. They can't do it like I do it.
Right.
I set the expectations already. Mm-hmm. So I've sent 3 people behind me, and every time it's either been the crowd cries or the DJ cries because they don't do it like I do.
Right.
You know, because the whole thing, it's a karaoke gig, and I was like, I hate karaoke. I always have.
I can't stand karaoke.
Fucking hate it.
I was a bouncer for 12, 15 years.
It's horrible.
And I'd go to work at these bars like every Thursday. It was the same people
same
singing
four people, same songs.
It's like
exactly.
a playlist from hell.
Yep. So finally, on this one, because literally I had no gigs, no bar gigs. And I was like, yes, no bar gigs. No one's going to call me because bars don't call you. Mm-hmm. For the most part, in the DJ game, you go beg them for work.
Right.
Not when you've been in the game as long as we have. Get a fucking phone call, and I'm like, I throw out a crazy number thinking they'll say no, and they're like, no, that's great. And I'm like, motherfucker, you weren't supposed to say yes. So here we are, you know what I mean? But I told them, I was like, listen, I'm not going to do a normal karaoke night. It's going to be a blend. We're going to have a party and a karaoke. If same 4 people show up, they're going to get their 2-3 songs, and I'm cutting that, and we're going to play music. I was like, we're not going to turn this into karaoke idol. It's just horrible. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. The crowd won't like it. It won't last. And next thing you know, you'll be bitching about 10 karaoke singers drinking water all night.
Yep.
I know how this goes.
Yep.
Been doing it too long.
Yep.
But anywho, we could ramble on all day, dude. I love that you're in a good spot as an entrepreneur, and, you know, it sounds like you got something that's got some legs on it with your relationship, you know, good spot with your kid and all that. I was just telling one of my friends I seen at the bar the other day, you know, that he's got a newborn kid and he's her age, man, and she's like 1 now, and I just see, it's like you said earlier, there's a certain bond between a dad and a daughter.
Oh yeah.
And it's undeniable. When you see a good dad, it's written all over our face. We're the happiest fucking guys in the world.
I get stopped at like Walmart, and people are like, "Oh, you guys are so adorable together."
Yeah.
Or I'm just like taking her out to dinner, and somebody else will pay for our dinner. Though you guys are adorable together, blah blah blah.
And I love it, dude. I tell guys in general all the time, like, once you have a kid in general, but a daughter especially, changes your whole world.
Yeah.
changes the way you think about women, changes the way just everything, right?
Yep.
Because we gotta show them how to be treated.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't bring women around my daughter too much. It got to the point where, like, I was sending her to her mom's every weekend, and she was like, I know what you're doing. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're just sending me away so you can have women around. I was like, well, yeah, I'm a single dude. She's like, you got the whole basement to yourself. I got the whole upstairs. I don't have to talk to these bitches. And she literally, to this day, this was like 9th grade. She's 23 now. Literally till this day, I have to tell her, no, that's actually a friend, and I need you to be nice to her and talk to her. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And it's funny because, girl, you know, we use kids as leverage all the time. We just do. It's a natural thing.
How so?
I try not to. I don't personally, but a lot of people do. I'll say that. A lot of people will use kid as leverage in dating, especially men are horrible at it. They'll play that, oh, I'm just a single dad trying to take care of my kid. And then they take advantage of women. I see it all the time. And it's horrible. It's fucking shitty. And I don't like introducing my daughter to anyone until I know it's solid.
Yeah. I think you probably attract the wrong type of person using that kind of, I'd call it technique.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
If you're using kids as bait, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Right.
And you're teaching your kid it's okay to use people.
Yeah.
And be a shitty person.
Yeah, people used to joke with me about, oh, you're going to be that dad who's cleaning the shotgun on the porch when the boy shows up. I'm like, why would I wait that long? Right. I've got 16 to 18 years to teach her what she should expect of a man. She's never going to bring that kid home.
No, we're not playing that game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, dude. My daughter's dated one dude, and the moment we had an interaction, I knew it was not going to work. And I told her, I said, listen, he didn't respect me when we introduced ourselves to each other. He tried to hit me with what's up, bro type talk because he thinks I'm the cool DJ dad and all the things. That lets me know he's not the right type of man for you. Mm-hmm. Lives with his grandma. Why does he live with his grandparents for? You know what I mean? Just all the things. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, not even 3 months in, he had some girlfriend on the side the whole time. I was like, well.
Also, I want better for you.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. And, you know, I think we have to, man. But anyway, I guess we'll end on that. I always like to end on, first of all, fitness is a big thing we all need to be working on, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that is a big thing. So I'll take advantage of the opportunity to have you here. Let's talk about that. Where is your gym and all that at for all these single dads out here with beer guts that need to go work on themselves?
Otterbound Fit is on Centerport Parkway by the Amazon Distribution Center. It's a Stafford Airport exit. It's a small gym with a giant heart. We've got a guy on 22 coming up on November 22nd. It's a 22-mile ruck with 22 pounds on November 22nd for veteran and first responder suicide prevention.
That hurts. But it's a good cause.
But we're moving at a 3-mile-an-hour pace.
We're not
it's
doable.
It's a walk with friends. And we
walk with friends.
We talked earlier about, go meet people doing stuff you like to do, right?
Yeah.
So if you are a fit person,
I'm trying to get fit, and walking's not bad.
Right,
you know?
It's not,
especially if you got people to walk with.
Exactly,
and you're talking.
You don't
and
even
hanging
realize, that you've gone 12 miles by the time you get 12 miles into it because you've been joking and having fun with it.
See, and that's a good way to look at it for sure, because I think so many times we get caught up on the like, man, I fucking hate the gym. Mm-hmm. Don't want to go work out. That's why when I dated the yoga girl, man, I loved hot yoga because it didn't feel like working out.
And I think that's why you see things like pickleball and stuff like that are blowing up, because you're being active and it doesn't feel monotonous.
It doesn't feel like work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because some people enjoy that shit. I don't.
Yeah. You got those people. Find something you enjoy doing that requires you to get your heart rate up.
You see those people that go through shitty breakups and they use that as fuel to go get fit again. And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do it.
In the spring, I think hopefully March, if we don't have snow in March, we're going to do Rucks with Pups. It's a great opportunity to go meet people with dogs.
I'm here for it.
Go walk.
I'm here for it. Where can everybody find you online so they can look?
HonorboundFit.com, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. It's Honorbound Fit, no spaces, no dots.
Okay. You gonna have any beer on this walk? We going, or at least the after party?
If you got something in your tumbler. I don't know what's in your, I wouldn't
I'm just
suggest,
saying.
I wouldn't suggest drinking
not
hard
walking.
on a 22-mile walk.
No, it's too long. I'm talking about like normally. It's so funny. I used to have a friend that did all these Tough Men and all these things. And it was a girl actually, and I'm like, why you do all this dumb shit? She's like, it's the beer afterwards.
Because it only takes 2.
You're right. Like, we earned it, and I can get drunk off of a couple. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, thanks for stopping by and talking to me, dude. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate talking to other entrepreneurs and the challenge with dating and relationships, and just just appreciate the chat. Somebody that's in a relationship too, because I like to hear all the different sides of the story. You know what I mean? I don't want to just focus on the negative, the struggle, because I feel like if we just keep talking about struggle all damn time, like we'll just keep struggling.
Yeah.
We're manifesting.
It's really just commiserating.
Yeah, exactly. We're just we're enabling it. Like, oh yeah, fuck it, it's all right. But cool. All right, guys. Till next time. Dating Detours.
That's another episode of Dating Detours. If you've got a story from the wild world of dating apps or real life heartbreaks, we want to hear it. Share your story or book your guest spot at datingdetours.com. And remember, love's confusing, but the stories are always worth it.